Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin. We've got the CoinsKid crew. So I've never even heard of this candle. This guy tweeted it, I retweeted it because I retweet anything bearish or bullish. I always retweet it for you. Try and keep you entertained and updated and educated as best as I can as well. That's what I try and do in the space. I'm always educating myself as well. Like for example, I've never even heard of this candle. Okay, it's called a Marubozu, bullish closing Marubozu candle on the weekly time frame. And it's quite a strong candle formation, and it's a sort of candle formation you do want to see if you're looking for a bit of confidence, or a kind of a confirmation statement that you are kind of build a base basically, and you want to see these positive candles going forward, like bullish engulfing candles or bearish engulfing candles. They don't have, this is the thing, people think that when these candles print they're 100% accurate. They're not. They're just a confirmation of a build-up of other things confirming, okay, but they're absolutely not 100% guaranteed. Something like 50%. I think bearish and bullish engulfing candles, people take them too seriously, but in all, I think around about 50% success rate. So it is effectively a flip of a coin. But I'll always show you what I see and try and educate you as best as I can. Bullish closing Marubozu candle. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts right now. So if we're looking on the weekly time frame here, I think that one thing that would be really bullish for Bitcoin, to be honest with you, because we are kind of really powerfully reacting off this right now, is, and you can see that's your Marubozu candle right there. Look at that body of the candle, and right now we've opened and we're sort of pushing into the weekly 10 EMA. I think a really bullish thing for Bitcoin could actually be, okay, if we do start to come up and get to that level of resistance right there, it will invalidate the impulsive wave from this high. So a lot of people are saying that this is corrective, and right now a new impulsive wave has begun, okay, and this is some kind of wave 1, this is wave 2, in which you've got some kind of ABC correction within there. It's going to come in like this, ABC, no, this is your A, this is your B, and the potential C like that, okay, that doesn't retrace and breaks that high. Do you understand? Now if you start to see that, it's a bit messy, I do apologize. Let me go through this with you as a potential scenario right now. So this is potentially some kind of A, you've got a B, and then you've got a C, okay, and with all of this is the bearish scenario, that this is an impulsive wave down, 1, this is potential wave 2, and that's a 3, 4, 5, something like that, okay, which is what a lot of people are looking at. Absolutely valid, okay, and it would say, okay, well this little leg into the resistance of the EMAs, the 10 EMA, was merely a correction of a continuation of this big push down. Absolutely possible. What I do on the channel is show you the invalidation points and validation points of bullish and bearish impulses. So right now there is still a possibility that this is actually just an A, this is a B, and then you're going to see into that leg there, and then you've got to push down. So this is the trouble with Elliott wave, like I said to you. So it's primarily just about support and resistance, okay, because I think that one thing that we could look at here for Bitcoin, like I've said to you, is we are starting to carve out some kind of bottom, and the way I identify a bottom is an overextension. Like I said to you, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered, is the EMAs, and I try and keep it as simple as possible. The gaps in the EMAs, okay, whenever you really are extended to the upside, think about taking some profit off the table, because you're going to come in, okay, and look at that, really overextended, not touched the 20 in over a year, boom, you came in, and I called that to the absolute dollar and cent down there, okay. But then obviously as we started to come up, I thought your correction was in, and I hold my hands up, I honestly thought your correction was in here, okay. But here we rode 2 1618 waves up, okay, which I gave everybody the targets. For example, look, for those that are new to the channel, from here to here, really simple. You came down, you retraced, you came back up. Once you broke that high, 1618, look at that beautiful little level to take some profit off the table, and we all rode that together. Then at this point we've got the beautiful ABC, okay, perfect little ABC correction, all the targets are met on the ABC as well, and then from there I said to you, look, you're going to come up, 1618 is your minimal target, boom, you overextended, you're blowing off here, take some profit, because you're going to come in for another ABC. And this is what I do on the channel, okay, and it's at this point you're coming down here to this low, you're looking to hold the ABC, and then boom, you've put in an impulsive push down and you've lost these lows. So effectively what you've done here, in my opinion, I think that you've got a large ABC irregular correction, or some kind of expanded flat correction that's been pushed down, and this is a C leg. And I think that the top of the cycle here, or this huge impulsive move for Bitcoin, was here, okay, in 2021. And I think what you've done here, and I've always said this, okay, is a big irregular correction for Bitcoin, okay, that's potentially lowballed out. If it's not, then I do anticipate that you're still in this large correction and you're looking to lowball out down here somewhere, okay. So again, this C leg can go on for as long as you like, okay, and I will try and find a low for you, but usually at the bottom of this correction you do usually do exactly what you're doing right now, where you tighten the EMAs up, okay, you really are extended, you're going vertical, you do usually see the slowdown and the tightening up of the EMAs, and you're doing exactly what you did at the bottom of this correction. Look at the EMAs, identical, like I said to you, at this point, identify overextension, you know, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered, and you can always look at the EMAs for that particular scenario to play out, and it's played out like an absolute boss. Okay, so you know, always keep that on your radar. And any time frame, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10, you know, 1 hour, whatever, you're seeing the EMAs going vertical, just kick back, relax, don't get involved in that. Wait for the pullback, wait for the slowdown, wait for the EMAs to curl and go level, hold the support, and then go again, basically. And that's how it all works. Okay, so right now you can see, okay, if we was to sort of slow down here and these EMAs get tighter, you would actually be doing something for Bitcoin here that you've never done. You know, you would rally into the EMAs, tighten them up on the weekly, and then roll again. So that's unprecedented, and that's why actually, if we was to do that, Bitcoin could actually be in a bit of trouble unless it holds this high, which is the 2019 high, which is the potential wave 1 high of a larger impulsive move that we're in here, some kind of huge impulsive move, which has a subsets of waves within that impulsive move, which in my opinion is some kind of 1, some kind of 2, 3. This has been an irregular wave 4 correction that's potentially bottomed, okay, and then you've got the final impulsive move there. Like I said to you, I think that what you've got is an impulsive move for 1 year, corrective move for 1 year, impulsive move for 1 year, corrective move for 1 year, and then impulsive move. And that for me is that's the end. That's the end of a big impulsive move here that should be followed by a really long sort of drawn out projected ABC bear market, whatever you want to call it, for me. And this is something I'm looking at, because in this particular cycle here, we never got the blow off top, the mania phase of a bull run, okay, or the sort of verticalness in the charts on you know, we did in previous cycles there for Bitcoin, you know, and the altcoins as well have confluence to that fact. So, you know, this is still my opinion, okay, and I think that what we've got here, you know, to add a little bit more confluence to it, is obviously the ABCs that we're seeing on a lot of the altcoins. For example, XRP come up and it's done an ABC zigzag, VeChain come up and done an ABC zigzag, Chainlink come up and done an ABC zigzag right now that are potentially bottomed out. I'm trying to find a bottom for you, okay. I wish I could say to you 100% that's it, you've bottomed out, you have bottomed out, but I still think that this was the top here, okay, of this huge impulsive move. This was the top of this impulsive move. ABC zigzag, ABC flat or irregular, because usually in a wave 2, if it's sharp, this is flat or irregular or expanded, which it is right now, okay, potentially. You know, for example, if this was flat, you know, this would have been sharp. Do you understand? So this is why I think you've put in this kind of big monster wave 4 correction that's potentially bottomed. If not, the only way to validate this going forward is if you have one more leg down that holds this green line, okay. And if you do start to come up like this and you come down and you dip your toe, as long as you don't close beyond that green line, it's still a fantastic entry point for you to ride this next impulsive wave up wherever it takes us, okay, for Bitcoin. So that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean it's going to play out. It's just something I've been looking at for a very, very long time right now, okay. And like I said to you, if this is the case, right, if this is the case and this is the low and it's starting to carve it out, you know, you're starting to come up into resistance and support and coil up here and do everything you've done in this low as well. If it is the case, then in my opinion, you're up here and these are your targets going forward for Bitcoin, okay. You're looking at a minimal 1272 if that is your low right now for Bitcoin, okay. If it is the low, and it is a big if, obviously I've got no guarantees, if it is the low right now and you're carving out this sort of bottom down here, you know, over a long period of time, like I said to you, some kind of reversal pattern or ascending triangle, you know, triple bottom, double bottom, whatever you want to call it, but as long as you start to carve it out and you take out key resistances, then my minimal target going forward is $92,357 for you, okay. Now, you know, if we get overextended, there's a possibility 1414, 111, you know, 1618 at 145, but I'm going to be conservative and I'm going to give you the 1272 fib target right there. You know, in all of this as well, I think that what we've got with Bitcoin is diminished returns in each cycle, okay, and you can clearly see that in the charts anyway. But anyway, that's a different story. So, you know, going forward, we have to see a couple of things to invalidate any further impulsive wave down. For me, you have to see Bitcoin close above that yellow line at 32986, okay, because that for me would deter the fact that I'll see a lot of people saying we're still in these waves down, where potentially we've got this count here, 1, 2, this is a 3 right now, it's a wave 4 correction, whatever it's doing up to that resistance, and then roll again, and then that would be a final leg down like that for me, okay, which obviously is valid, absolutely valid, as long as we don't, you know, lose that green line, which is a wave 1 high in my opinion of 2019. As long as we don't lose that, this count is still valid. But for that particular scenario to play out like that, you know, is we have to lose this low, obviously, we're put in. It would be devastating. I think a lot of people would capitulate at that level, but I think it could offer a fantastic opportunity if it does do that, okay? And at that point, you know, you start to carve out or some kind of V-shaped bottom like you did down there, capitulation, V-shaped bottom where you carve out and boom, you're up there. You got that huge impulsive move which will come quite quickly. But again, you know, I've not got a crystal ball. It's all about support and resistance. Now the other scenario is obviously that this correction is actually done. The C leg's in. Personally, it could be, absolutely could be, but there's no guarantees. If it is done, we need to see one thing to negate that extra leg down, okay? We have to see that high broken because it's this low, and this negates the Elliott wave count, because the rule of thumb, if I show you right now, 1, 2, 3, okay, if this 4 starts to come up and breaks that yellow line right there, it can't do it, because it will negate any further push down, because this is the rule of Elliott wave theory, that wave 4 cannot retrace any greater than wave 1. Do you understand? So it can't do that, it can't come up. So that's what I'm saying to you, if you start to see that, it's going to negate any further impulsive move down, and it means that the correction's in. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? And it means that, you know, you've got your 5 waves down here of a C leg, okay, and then you start to come back up, you know, into 2023 and 24 and beyond with that final impulsive move here that we've got for Bitcoin. And it would indicate that, you know, you are doing something that you've not before, and you're in this kind of big, weird, large cycle, basically, that we've not, you know, we're not adhering to previous cycles. And this is another thing I've been trying to relay for you, okay? So, you know, it's a possible scenario, absolutely, but to see it, we've got to lose this low. If we lose this low, this is your last line in the sand for me for any kind of quick impulsive move to the upside for Bitcoin going forward, okay? So good luck, everybody. I wish, you know, everyone the utmost luck. I hope that this is a low, but hope's a dangerous word. If it is the low, you know, we need to see some things going forward. We need to see a break above a 10, hold back and back to support. We need to see a break above a 20, hold back and test of support, and we primarily need to see that yellow line broken there at 32986. Once you see that, that's ultra bullish for Bitcoin. And equally, the break of this white trend line is ultra bullish as well for Bitcoin. Okay, so I wish I could tell you 100% what it's going to do, but I can't. It's all about support and resistance. So for example, if this is the beginning of a new impulsive wave down, okay, and this is simply a correction and we're looking for another impulsive wave down, then you will start to see something like this for Bitcoin, okay, coming all the way down to there. And at that point, that has to hold that low, sorry, because if it starts to curl up down here and breaks that resistance, this was your low, and this is where you're going to start to come back up down there for Bitcoin. Negating that, if you start to see Bitcoin do this, starts to come down and loses that low, boom, I don't know where you're going. You're in a massive bear market, and you're not in this sort of beautiful, you know, market structure here where you're doing something like that, okay, for Bitcoin going forward. So that's the last line in the sand for me, and I've always said that to you, okay? Hope you enjoyed that little update. We are having a nice little impulse, you know, into the 10 EMA. One thing that will be really bullish here and negate this impulsive move to the downside like this, because it's potential 1, potential 2, 3, 4, like that, down to there. To negate this, all we have to see again is one thing, and it's the break of this resistance. So right now, if Bitcoin starts to come up and takes out the 236 fib at 2390 and closes above it like this, okay, you're starting to come up the stairs, holding back to support. You're beginning a retracement to this low, and if you start to move back up the stairs here, breaking that level of resistance, taking out that yellow line, holding back to support, extremely bullish going forward for Bitcoin, okay? So it is doing everything it needs to say it's bottomed, but there's always the possibility that it's not. Do you understand? You know, and that's what I try to do on the channel, just show you every single possibility, not so I can jump up and down and say I told you. It's just to give you a level of education. You know, it's all a game of probabilities, isn't it? Take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.